Wait, sorry.
Go.
So this is Joey arguing for the legalisation of weed, and Imogen is arguing against it. Okay. What effect do you think it would have on the younger generation?
Personally, I don't think it would have a massive effect on the young generation because I think if it was ever legalised, there would be an age limit to it. Also, I think children would think it would be a lot safer place living around because the crime rate would go down and they'd just think, yeah.
Well, how would you enforce the kind of how would you enforce children being able to access weed? Like, how would you stop younger children getting a hold of weed?
I think they would have to have a donor card. So where they would go to get the supply, say it was a shop or something that sold it, then they would have to have a donor card that they would give in and prove it was them, like ID.
Do you not think that children would get this image that smoking weed is acceptable from, because some kids are going to grow up thinking it's normal and it's a good thing to do?
It could be, but if there's an age limit, then they might not think that. But hopefully, because they know it's legal, then they won't want to try it and they won't want to rebel because it's already legal. Unlike something that is already, say, like right now it's illegal and people want to do it more because it is illegal. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Where would it be sold and how much would it cost?
I think it would have quite a professional way of it. So it would be sold in proper shops or stores and people would have a donor card that I was saying about. They would have to go in and it would be all professional, and I think it would be a lot more expensive. Maybe not a lot more, but it would be more expensive than it is now because it's not like some sort of drug deal that happens on the street. It's more of for a business that people go to and they would have to benefit for it, so I think it would be more expensive.
Would you treat it the same way as cigarettes, because they may be different things but they both have the same effect? I mean, cigarettes are legal now, but if weed is legalised, will they be the same price? Will they be sold the same way?
Well, I'm sure if people got, because obviously it's not addictive, it's just whether people choose to abuse it or not. And I'm sure if people started abusing it, then they would raise the price like they do with cigarettes and alcohol to stop people buying it as much.
But of course, if you do smoke it regularly, it does become addictive, and there's no way of stopping people from doing that.
No, there's no way of stopping them, but that's the same as saying there's no way of stopping people from drinking alcohol or smoking. You just have to warn them of the effects, even though there aren't many effects apart from it affecting your brain. But there's no records of people or deaths from people ever dying from smoking marijuana.
But it does have mental and physical.
Only if you abuse it though. And if people know that those effects and they don't abuse it, then they won't abuse it.
But how are we gonna, as a country, show that in schools, teach in schools to be careful with it?
Just like on cigarette packets that they have the dangers, like it says smoking causes cancer, and in schools they teach them with all the dangers that smoking causes, then I'm sure they'll do the same thing with weed.
Okay.
Why should it be legal or illegal?
I think it should be legal because there are a lot of benefits from it. It reduces crime rates. That's been proved in places where it's already been legalised. There's a lot of health benefits, such as it treats many types of cancer already, has been proven. Economic benefits there's a lot of, because it's not just something a plant that you can smoke, it's something that can be turned into other products like hemp, which can be made into clothing, rope, loads of things. And I think a big reason why it's not legalised is because it will affect the economy a lot, because it's such a good plant that can be turned into different things, and people are scared of that, I think.
Well, I don't think it should be legalised because at the end of the day, it's still a drug, you know, it's still harmful to your body, and it may not be as harmful as heroin or cocaine, but it, you know, it still affects you mentally and physically. It's just as bad as cigarettes.
But cigarettes and alcohol are also drugs, but they're legal drugs, and people think it's acceptable to have them. But if weed was legal, then it wouldn't have as bad effects. Obviously, there are still some effects, if, like we were saying before, that people abuse it. But if they don't abuse it, there's not many effects, and it's a lot less harmful than smoking or drinking. And there's never been a death from marijuana in the history of humanity.
But do you think it's a good thing to add to that? I mean, alcohol and, you know, cigarettes being legal, do you think it's good to add something else to that, you know, to encourage people to do it more?
I guess. I mean, it's up to people if they want to do it. I'm sure, like, even if it was legal, a lot of people still wouldn't do it because they're against it. But it's up to people if they want to try it. Like, smoking is legal, but not everyone smokes. It's up to them if they want to try it or not.
And lastly, would there be an age limit like there is to cigarettes, alcohol?
I think it would benefit. Yeah, if there was an age limit, then people would be more cautious, although there's still the chance that children will want to try it because it's illegal for them. But until they get to that age, then yeah.
What would the age limit be?
The age limit, I'm not sure because it's not legal, but I'm sure in other countries where it is legal, it's probably either 16 or 18, like most things.
And no comment on that to say.
Thank you for your time.